Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Danielle and this is Daniela Diaries. Today we're going to be talking about my experience on the carnivore diet and would I suggest it, my thoughts, my feelings. I'm laying out the truth. So if you guys are looking for a realistic, uncensored, unfiltered review of the carnivore diet, please stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you are doing okay. I'm sorry if the sound was a little echoey. Sorry about my appearance. We are still in the midst of home renovations and I'm currently filming in my new office, but we don't have any carpet or anything in here. So I need to figure out something to absorb some of the sound. But hi, how are you? My name is Danielle and this is Daniela Diaries and today we're talking about the carnivore diet. So let's go back. Shall we? Let's go back, way back, 3 weeks ago. And I decided to challenge myself and do the carnivore diet. I had been watching some videos from, I've watched Maria Emmerich, I think her name is. I even bought her carnivore cookbook. I was watching Dr. Barry and his wife. And I was watching the, what was that girl? I think her name's Emily maybe, or Emma. The Fat and Butter Girl or Beef and Butter Girl or something like that. And so I watched all their videos and not only, so they all follow carnivore, and carnivore basically is zero carbs. So you're eating nothing but protein, okay? So there's no vegetables, nothing. And that part didn't scare me as much because I do keep I do count total carbohydrates, and I've been keeping those rather low, between 20, 25-ish per day. Not counting, like I said, nothing is net. Everything is total carb. So I don't count sugar alcohols. I don't account for fiber. Nothing. It is a total carb count per everything that I eat. And I was doing really well. I was in ketosis. I was purely fat adapted. I felt very comfortable. And I was like, look, I wonder if I could do this. And, I had seen I started reading a lot of Reddits and people were saying that they lost 10 pounds in a week. And I was like, hell yes. Like I said, we are under construction and they were saying it's super simple because you don't have to weigh, you don't have to track. It's you basically sit down, you eat until you're full and then you don't eat when you're not. Simple. And that you would just, you might feel a little crappy for a few days, but make sure you're adding your electrolytes. I did follow carnivore, what they said, I guess the strictest form of carnivore. So I did no vegetables. I did no seasonings except for real salt. And I had nothing but water. That was it. I had nothing but water. For coffee, I did have coffee, but I did use heavy whipping cream. I did not do dairy free. I did not have any cheese during that time though. The only dairy I consumed was heavy whipping cream in my coffee, and I limited myself to I think 1 or 2 glasses a day. So it was only 60 grams of heavy whipping cream at most per day. What else did I do? I stopped using any type of packets of sugar. I used the whole earth sweetener, but I went and purchased liquid stevia. I was doing all the electrolytes. I did everything. Okay. You guys would see I even did grocery hauls for it. I was prepared. So I thought physically I was prepared, mentally not so much. So the first few days on carnivore, I did record day 1 of carnivore and you will see that I started to struggle. I started to feel really run down and that feeling persisted throughout the 2 weeks that I was on it. And it was always that 2 o'clock feeling. So I had to make sure that I was really getting a ton of electrolytes in. And that's what I kept doing. I was drinking the key nutrient electrolytes. And then I also was taking electrolyte supplements. And no matter what I did, I just felt really just tired. I was really just drained. And that was really hard for me, especially because I had so much going on around my house, So I was struggling with that part of it. It was also kind of hard for me while I was cooking because I had to cook everything for me separately. So I was doing all my meats and stuff like that. When I cook, I would make steak and this and burgers. And I'm all right, don't season mine with this, just leave mine by itself. So I would have like 2 separate things all the time for my family and myself. Not saying that I was cooking that much different, but it was so restrictive just with the seasoning alone. We had even went to a barbecue at my mother-in-law's house, and she had made skirt steak. So when we prepare skirt steak, we use the juice of a lime and some meat tenderizing salt. And I was panicking because I was like, I can't even have that. You know what I mean? Like, as simple as that bothered me, where I was like, okay, well, I can't have that. What am I supposed to eat? And you know, it's very it looks, some people will find it like rude if you don't eat, you know, at their homes. And it was just a lot of pressure. That was a lot of pressure. And it was like, I didn't want to leave my house during this time because I just didn't know what to eat. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know, I didn't trust anybody else to prepare my food. So that was really hard. And it, you know, like I said, it was rough. I actually was doing it during Memorial Day weekend. So that was like kind of sucky. You know what I mean? And then I started to have a lot of bathroom issues where I was just in the bathroom all the time. And I hate to put like that on the internet, but I mean, you guys want the real unrealistic things, the truth. So a lot of people were saying, Danielle, be prepared, you might get constipated or you might have massive diarrhea. It was massive diarrhea all day long, like where it was like my stomach was hurting from like going to the bathroom so much, and like so were other parts of my body were also hurting from going to the bathroom so much. And it was like all the time where I didn't want to leave my house because I never knew when like this explosion was gonna occur. So I didn't want to leave my house because I didn't trust anybody to make my food if we were gonna go like to a family's house or something. I didn't want to leave my house because, you know, we were just having pure ass explosion every time you went to the bathroom. And I hate to say that, and it's probably going to be the most disgusting thing you're going to hear, but this is realistic. These are my, you know, this is my journey on this, okay? So I did it for a total of 16 days. I did carnivore for 16 days, and it triggered so many bad habits in me. All I thought about while on carnivore was what I couldn't eat and what I was going to eat when I got off of carnivore. And it made my food obsession return in full force. I did not go to the gym, not one time while on carnivore, because I mean, I like to have a pre-workout. I knew I couldn't have that. I mean, it was just so much restriction. And honestly, I felt like I didn't really even have the energy to go to the gym. And I do realize that I was probably in the transitioning portion of carnivore. And I do want to say this. I don't think it's a bad way of eating. I think it could be very therapeutic for people who really need it, especially people who have chronic conditions, who are trying to heal a bad gut. I did see that it's really good for people with like IBS, really good for people with food allergies. It's really good for people who, you know, have other pre-existing conditions. I will say this, and I don't think I've ever said this on this channel, but I do have a food problem. You know what I mean? I definitely have some, you know, I've never been diagnosed or anything. I don't want to self-diagnose, but I definitely do have problems with food. I mean, I was very heavy growing up. I was very heavy my whole life, and food was always a sure thing. You know, I grew up in a home where, you know, you had to clean your plate when you left. So I grew up in a home where any type of emotion was celebrated with food. If you're sad, I'm going to make you something. If you're happy, let's celebrate with food. If you're mad, you know, it's fine. Let's sit down. Let's have something to eat. We'll talk about it. You know, so I always dealt with any type of emotion with food. And I also have a bad problem with self-control when it comes to food, and never really listening to when I was full or satisfied, and then I would eat until I was uncomfortably full, sometimes to the point where I would have to throw up, just because I would binge so hard. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want my daughters to see that, because that's not normal. That's not healthy. So being that restrictive, it just triggered so many bad things. While on keto, even while doing like the simple clean keto, I don't feel that I'm restricting myself. I don't feel that I can't have something. You know, if I wanted something as simple as cucumbers with some lime, I could have that. Or if I wanted something as simple as, you know, a cleaner coconut pudding that I can make, even, you know, on keto, still keep it keto, I could have that. But on carnivore, I could not have anything. And I tried to, I even followed Kelly Hogan, and she was like, these are called meat cookies, and they were like patties. And I was like, no, they're not. Stop calling them that, because this isn't helping me. Like, I literally remember just being depressed while on this, like following this, because like it was just so limiting, and I just felt I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry or anything like that. I wasn't starving myself, but I just felt so mentally and physically like bad. Yeah. And I do want to say that probably has a lot to do with my own unfixed issues. Like maybe, you know, I need to really work on my relationship with food and how I see it some more. I know this is not going to be something that I've addressed it. I've learned self-control, and I'm still practicing it, but this obviously showed me that I'm not where I need to be. And it was a major struggle for me. And it was, I don't know, it was something I would never do again, to be honest. I would never do it again. I would never do an egg fast again, because it's the same thing. It was just so restrictive that it made me sick after a while. Like I just didn't even want to eat, because I was just so sick of everything. And you could only, I mean, everybody's like, I never get sick of having a steak. Yeah, you do. If that's all you can eat, I was literally like, because I had steak like a couple times during the week, and I was like, where I was just like, yep, you know, onto, you know, was it good? Yeah, my food is good. It was just, I didn't want it anymore, you know? So, a lot of people asked too about weight loss. I actually gained weight, which I was warned about. I did gain I went up about 4 pounds in that first like few days, and then I ended up losing that weight. I think I went up to about 189, and I've been sitting at, I'm 184 right now, and I've been sitting here. I'm kind of at a plateau right now, and yeah. That definitely did not like hit me over a plateau. Again, I may have been having, I think people say you have to do it for like at least the minimum is like 6 weeks to really see full therapeutic benefits of it. I couldn't make it. I know people who couldn't make it a week. I know people who couldn't make it 3 days. Some people are just like, I love it, thank you, you know. Some people prefer more of a ketovore, where, you know, they have like less than 10 grams of total carbs. I know Dr. Berry's wife follows it that way. And that's how she chooses to do it. I think it depends on the person, on what works for them. But I did find, I didn't find it to be, a lot of people were like, oh, don't you think it's expensive? And I didn't find that to be an issue. I was going to buy the meat, whatever. Anyways, you know what I mean? So that wasn't like a big thing. But I did find that it was rough to do it, and I would never do that to myself. It caused, like, I had a little bit of a rash too. I don't know if that was my body just like detoxing from everything. I wasn't sleeping that well. It was just a lot. It was a lot going on. My anxiety was worse, and I'm thinking that's because of like just my other feelings. I don't think it was because of the diet or withdrawing or anything like that. I think it's just, it was me in my head that was just overthinking everything. So I'm not going to put all the blame on it. I think I don't think that mentally I'm there yet to do something so restrictive. And I can say that to you. You know, I talk about mental health a lot on here. I don't think I cover it enough and individualize my own mental health. But I do suffer. I do suffer like pretty much probably everybody in this world, especially after the last couple of years that we've had. I have, generalized anxiety disorder, so GAD. I also have anxiety with OCD tendencies. So it's fun. It's real fun sometimes to be inside my head. And so yeah, I've been on and off medication for quite some time. And I recently I've been back on my meds now for about 4 months. I tried a whole different brand of medication or class of medication. I did everything from SSRIs, SSNIs, and now I'm on just a pure anti-anxiety medication. And yeah, so a lot of the previous medications had caused a lot of issues with me as far as weight gain and everything, and this one I'm on right now has been okay. I take Boost Bar if you guys are interested, BUSPAR. So yeah, so aside from that, that's one of the things that I struggled with, and it was rough. It was rough. So I stuck it out. I did it. I think a lot of people had, because I had gotten a lot of messages on Instagram too, saying that I was going to do it for a month. I never said a month. I was going to do it for the remainder of the month of May. And I tried it. I did what I did it, and I wanted to test myself, and I did. Would I do it again? No, because here's the truth about coming off of it, okay? When I started to eat again, just plain keto, I went off the deep end. I went off the deep end, and I completely did not even eat keto. I mean, I wasn't eating breads or anything like that, but I was eating a lot of the things that I normally wouldn't. Treats, cookie, even though they're keto cookies, I was eating them. I was just eating a lot. I was like, oh my God, a ton of berries. And I really don't eat that many berries because I just generally try to stay away from anything with seeds. And I was eating them, and I was like, oh my God, these fruits are so good. And I was just overindulging in things that I never would have. Because I couldn't have them, and that's all I thought about was like, oh, I want like a fresh berry, I want fresh fruit, I want I have watermelon, which watermelon you could have while on keto. It's just you have to limit it, and I think it's like a half of cup, and you get like 10 carbs, so it's significant. Is it worth it to me? Yes, because I love watermelon, and it's something that if I can have at a barbecue once or twice a month, I'll make room for it and I'll make it work, because I'm not going to restrict myself that much, you know what I mean? But again, I will limit everything else to have that, you know what I mean? You make room for what you want, and that's what, if I knew I'm gonna have that at a cookout, then I know I'm gonna have it, and I'll have a small portion, and then I move on. But I didn't. I was just like, it was so bad that like literally when I was like, after like the 2 days afterwards, and Leo was like, you good? And I was like, no, like tomorrow I am waking up tomorrow and we're back on it. And that's exactly what I did, because I knew that if I continued down that path, we were going to be right back where we started before we went back to that basic clean keto. And I don't want to be back there. I don't like the way I feel back there. I don't like the way I look when I'm back there. And I like the lifestyle of no frills basic keto. I don't feel the need to have to do anything else. So I just picked it back up and I started back in there. I've also started back at the gym. I'm like at the gym like 5 days a week. I'm going really strong and really good, and I'm very, very happy. But yeah, when I came off of the carnivore diet, I did not gain any weight back. I'm staying at the 184 range, like either low 184, high 184. I'm just staying here. My body likes it too much here. So I'm hoping with the kick up of cardio and stuff like that will be good. So yeah, I'm honestly not even really concerned about the number on the scale anymore. I know people love to hear like, oh my God, I lost 16 pounds this week. But to me though, it's really about body composition and health and eating good, like feeding my body nutritious food and healing from the inside out. It's about that for me. It's about my skin clearing up. When I was on carnivore, my skin was so dry. My lips were really dry, and I was getting a ton of water. and I felt kind of achy. I just didn't feel good. And I feel like now my skin has, cleared up. It's looking a little bit fuller. I'm not achy. My joints aren't achy. I just feel better. I feel better like this, and that's the key. Some people don't feel good doing keto. That's okay. Some people feel better doing carnivore. Some people feel better having more carbs and less protein. Some people like doing higher protein, lower fat. It's how your body reacts, how you feel doing it. And I could say for myself that doing, a keto diet, like the no frills, total carb, watching the sugar alcohols and stuff like that, that works for me. My body reacts well. I start to notice that I'm losing weight or inches more. My skin reacts. My body's, working better. And that is what matters. You have to listen to your body. You have to listen to it. I know a lot of you guys come on here because I do it as well. And you look on YouTube and you look on social media for inspiration because you feel that what you're doing isn't working. I'm not seeing results immediately. Or they said that by this time I seen so-and-so comment and I seen so-and-so comment and they lost 16 pounds in their first 2 weeks on keto. Or I seen so-and-so. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, because I'm going to tell you something. It is very scary to see the ways that people are leading people on the internet to doing stuff when it's not healthy. I'm going to tell you that again. Everything you see, just because they are a channel of a certain number of followers, doesn't mean what they're doing is healthy. Okay, it doesn't mean what they're doing is right. Some people still haven't addressed the issues that they may have with food. Okay, extreme fasting is not going to fix a week of binging. Okay, so when you say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and eat like shit all weekend, but I'm gonna do a 72-hour fast on Monday, or I'm gonna do a 48-hour fast, or I'm gonna do a 24-hour fast to make up. That's not doing anything. That's not addressing the problems. Take this from somebody who's learning how to address the problems, okay? You can't, and it's also, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. It's also not healthy to be in a severe calorie deficit and then fast along with that. You're not addressing issues. You're not fixing the problem. You're not treating your body like a temple. You are actually doing more harm to it than good. Do not do that to yourself. Do not let your children see you do that to yourself. Okay? I'm not saying what I'm doing is written in stone to work, but work on healing from the inside out. If you have food issues, if you have them, address them. Okay, address them. Look at them head on. Don't ignore them and try to stuff them away for immediate results. Yes, if you are in a severe calorie restriction. Yes, if you are working out a lot. Okay, and yes, if you are doing fasting. If you're doing that whole trifecta, absolutely you will lose a lot of weight quickly. Yes, but eventually your old habits are going to creep back in, and this isn't going to stick. No one can stay to that for long term. You're looking for long-term lifestyle changes. Okay, you need to fix what was broken. You're not going to put a Band-Aid on a hole and not hope that it leaks anymore. You know what I mean? We have to fix what is broken within us. Okay, and if you are here, then you probably have struggled with eating your whole life. Yes, you probably have a bad relationship with food. So we need to fix that, not create worse problems. Okay, work out. You need to get up. You need to move your body. I'm not saying for you to be at the gym like I'm doing. I'm not saying for you to, I see a lot of people say stuff about what Nicole Burgess is doing. I love Nicole. Okay, Nicole has went from keto. She's doing a low carb cut right now. That's working for her. I don't understand why she's catching a lot of shit when she's eating good. She's feeding her body good food. Not only is she doing that, she's working out 5 days a week like a monster in the gym. She's not only feeding her body well, she's also working out, okay? Cardiovascular health. She's lifting. She's doing all the things. She's doing it and she's putting in the work. She's not limiting, severely restricting calories. She's not promoting fasting when you're making poor food choices. And she's telling you, get up, eat good, feed your body good, and move. I'm telling you the same thing. I'm just not eating what Nicole's eating, okay? But the message is all the same. And that's what we should all, as people who record these types of videos, should have the same message. Feed your body well, get up and move. What you choose to consume is completely up to you. It's the lifestyle you choose. I choose to do keto. Nicole is choosing to do low carb, and Felicia Keitherly, is that her name? She's the Weight Watchers girl. She did really, really well, very successful on Weight Watchers. I did not have that much success, but she fed her body and she got up and moved and she had results. It's all the same thing. It's just what road you choose to go down, who you choose to follow. But remember to follow people who are promoting healthy choices, who are promoting the best for you. Not only promoting it, but also practicing it. You want someone who practices what they preach. I had to get my ass up and get back into the gym. Okay, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm 37 years old. And I need to work out. I need to work out, and it's so good I'm obsessed with it again. And it's not even the working out, because today I'm real sore, but I have a little piece of normal back. I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, and I'm me. I have my life, things look normal again, and I miss that. And I didn't realize how much I missed that. So, if you have children and they're on summer break, if they're old enough, go to the gym. If they aren't, maybe before your significant other leaves to work or comes home from work, take some walks around the neighborhood. Take your kids swimming, do laps. You know what I mean? Like when me and my kids go swimming, we're always doing the laps. Always, back and forth, back and forth. And it's really great working out too. It's a really great exercise. We play volleyball in the backyard. Roller skates. I'm really into like roller skating. So I think I'm going to I borrowed some from my mom. So I'm thinking about actually getting some roller skates. And my Sophie wants a skateboard, and my other two like to roller skate. And I want to just roller skate around our neighborhood. We have a little parking lot down the street just to add in extra work. And it's good for the kids, and it gets them out, and it burns up some energy. Bike ride. I don't like bike riding. I can't bike ride, but you know what I mean? Do something. Get up and move. But you have to feed your body adequately. Good food. Not a lot of processed crap. Not giving them just enough fuel to just get out of bed. You need to feed your body, okay? And being under 1,000 calories a day and then fasting on other days is not the way to do it, okay? You need to feed your body. Do not starve yourself, because I'm telling you, I've been there, and it's gonna bite you in the ass in the long run. I'm sorry if this may have struck a chord, but you guys also have to remember, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 3 girls, okay? And my oldest is gonna be 17 years old, and she's like me, unfortunately. She has a struggle with her own weight, okay? And my daughter has done different programs, and she's, I don't really talk about my kids because this is my kids' life and this isn't their channel, but she gave me the okay to discuss it. And she's done other programs. Currently, she's following keto with me. She does it a little bit dirtier and lazier like Leo, but she still follows it. And I tell her, I remember she was doing fasting for a little bit. And I was like, why are you fasting? And then she would just like lay in bed and not eat. Get up and eat. You know what I mean? Like they see everything. And she's like, well, I seen this girl on TikTok, and she says that if she fasts, she does a whole day fasting, and then the next day she fasts, and then she feasts, and then she fasts, and then she feasts. That's not teaching you anything. That's telling you to eat really bad for a day and then don't eat nothing at all. And I don't, just in case there's some kid out there looking, following me, or your kids might be hearing me. I don't know. It's just, I don't want to be that person, you know? So that was my results. That's my honest opinion on the carnivore diet. And that's kind of my thoughts on what's going on lately. We have a lot of good videos coming up. I have a lot of good little summer recipes that are going to be on the simpler, cleaner side, but nonetheless good to bring to barbecues and share with your family. We're going to have a lot more full days of eating. I'm going to start trying to sneak in my phone in the gym, but nonetheless, we are working out, we are hitting it. And we're gonna have a lot of good stuff. So if you guys are new here, I would love for you to subscribe. We also do home improvement, like DIY renovations on this channel, Chicago true crime. I touch on everything, not just keto, but just different things. So I would love for you guys to check out anything else that may strike an interest with you guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry for the echo, sorry for the power tools, but we're working on it. All right, I'll see you guys later. This is Danielle. I'm Danielle, and this is Daniela Diaries. Bye, friends.